Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about something today that might not sound too glamorous at first, but it's one of the most important things you need to understand if you're going to get to where you want to go in life. It's something we all need, but sometimes it's hard to hold on to when things get tough. I'm talking about trusting the process. Now, I know a lot of you hear that and think, yeah, right, trust the process. What if the process is just dragging me through failure after failure? What if it feels like nothing is working? What if I've been at this for years and I still don't see the results? And I get it. I understand exactly where you're coming from. But I'm here to tell you that the process is real and it's working for you even when you can't see it. You just got to trust it. The journey to success, to achieving what you want in life, is not some straight line. It's full of twists, turns, setbacks, and moments that feel like you're stuck. But let me tell you something, that's how it's supposed to be. That's the process. The ups and downs, the moments of doubt, the times you feel like giving up, that's all part of the ride. And if you're really serious about reaching your goals, you've got to accept that failure is a part of the journey. Those moments where you feel like you're falling behind, they're necessary. They're teaching you something. They're preparing you for what's coming. Here's the thing about trust. It's not easy. It's hard to trust something when you can't see the outcome, when you don't have all the answers. But that's where faith comes in. When you trust the process, you trust that every setback, every failure, every difficult moment is a part of something greater that you might not fully understand yet. And I know it's hard when you feel like you're putting in the work and not seeing results right away. But that doesn't mean nothing's happening. You're planting seeds. You're laying the foundation. You just might not see it yet. But trust me, it's there. Now, let's talk about patience. The hardest part of the process is often the waiting. You're working hard, staying consistent, and then nothing. You feel like you're doing all the right things, but the results are slow to come. This is where most people quit. This is where most people throw in the towel. But I'm here to tell you patience is key. You can't rush greatness. You can't rush success. Things take time. And while you're waiting for your breakthrough, you need to trust that everything you're doing is getting you closer. Those small daily steps, they add up. You may not see it yet, but the pieces are coming together. You just have to keep moving forward one step at a time. Here's another thing about the process: consistency. You can't just show up one day and expect everything to fall into place. The process doesn't work like that. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Even when you don't see immediate results. The big wins are the accumulation of all those small efforts. Every little bit of progress you make is one step closer to your goal. Trust that your consistency is not going unnoticed, even when you can't see the immediate reward. Finally, trust the process means you have to embrace the unknown. You don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Nobody does, but the people who make it are the ones who keep going, even when they're uncertain, even when the road is unclear. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just need to believe that it will. Life doesn't give you a blueprint, but it does give you the opportunity to trust the journey. So let me tell you this: if you want to win, if you want to get where you're going, you've got to trust the process. You've got to trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you somewhere greater. Keep the faith. Stay consistent. Be patient. Embrace the unknown, because the process is working in your favor. And if you trust it, it will take you places you never imagined. Don't give up now. Keep going. You're closer than you think. Understanding the journey to success is one of the most powerful realizations you can make in your life. Too often we think of success as something that happens quickly in a linear, straightforward path. We see others achieving their goals and we want the same for ourselves, but when we experience setbacks or face challenges, we feel like we're doing something wrong. The truth is, success is rarely a straight line. It's a series of twists, turns, and unexpected detours that test your resolve and your commitment to the process. These obstacles are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are part of the journey, and they are essential to your growth. When you're working towards a goal, it's easy to become discouraged by how long it seems to take. You start to question whether the effort is worth it when the results don't appear right away. But what you may not see is that every single challenge you encounter is a building block for your success. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback a chance to learn something new. You see, the struggle is not just part of the journey, it's what shapes you into the person you need to be to handle the success that is waiting for you. The skills, resilience, and mindset you develop along the way are just as valuable as the end goal itself. The key to understanding the journey is accepting that setbacks and delays are normal. We live in a world where instant gratification is often the norm, and we expect things to happen quickly. But real success takes time. It's about staying committed even when you don't see immediate results. It's about knowing that each day you put in the work, even when things seem stagnant, you are making progress, even if it's just a small step. It's these small, consistent actions that add up over time and eventually lead to the big breakthroughs. So while you may not be able to see it right now, every challenge you face is contributing to your growth, your resilience, and your ability to handle the success that's coming. The journey isn't just about reaching the destination, it's about who you become along the way. Every failure, every obstacle, every difficult moment is shaping your character and preparing you for what's ahead. Without those bumps in the road, you wouldn't be ready for the opportunities that will come your way. Think of it like building a muscle. It's the resistance, the struggle, and the effort that ultimately make you stronger. Without it, you wouldn't grow. Similarly, the challenges you face on your journey to success are making you stronger, more capable, and better prepared for what's to come. Understanding that the journey is full of ups and downs allows you to let go of the need for everything to be perfect. It's not about avoiding the challenges, it's about embracing them because they are a part of the process. As long as you continue moving forward, as long as you continue to put in the work, you are on the right path. It may take longer than you expect, but trust me, it's all happening for you, not to you. And one day when you look back, you'll realize that all those moments of struggle were the very things that made your success possible. So keep pushing, keep believing, and understand that the journey is just as important as the destination. It's all part of your process. Trusting the process is all about having faith that everything you're doing, even when it feels like it's not paying off, is leading you exactly where you need to be. When you embark on any journey, whether it's personal growth, career development, or even pursuing a dream, it's easy to become frustrated when things don't seem to be progressing as quickly as you hoped. You might be doing everything right, yet results seem distant. But here's the thing, the process doesn't always reveal immediate results. What's important is to trust that the steps you're taking are moving you forward, even when you can't see it. Sometimes trusting the process means having the patience to endure moments of doubt. It means continuing to take action even when the outcomes aren't obvious. You might be questioning if the effort you're putting in is enough or whether it's even worth it. Trusting the process requires you to have faith in the unseen, in the fact that every step is laying the foundation for something greater. Think about the times when you felt discouraged, wondering if the grind would ever pay off. Those moments of doubt are completely natural, but what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to push through those doubts and continue moving forward. It's about understanding that even though you can't always see the end result, each action is bringing you closer to it. The power of trust comes in knowing that every effort, every challenge, every failure is teaching you something valuable. Even when you fail, you're still progressing. Failure is a teacher, not a stop sign. It's teaching you lessons you need to learn to get to the next level. It's easy to see failure as a roadblock, but when you trust the process, you learn to view failure as an essential part of the path. Every mistake is helping you refine your approach, correct your course, and strengthen your resolve. The process is doing its job, even when it doesn't feel like it. There will be times when you feel like you're not making progress or when you question whether the sacrifices you're making are worth it. During these times, the key is to remind yourself that the process is bigger than what you can see in the moment. Trusting the process means surrendering to the idea that things will unfold when the time is right and that you're on the right path, even if you can't see the destination just yet. Life has a way of working things out, and sometimes it's only when we take a step back that we can see how far we've actually come. Faith in the process is trusting that there is a purpose behind every twist and turn. It's having the belief that everything you're going through is shaping you for the success that's ahead, even when it doesn't seem like it. You might not be able to control every aspect of your journey, but what you can control is your ability to continue trusting that the process is working. You must remain consistent, even when the rewards seem far off, because trust doesn't come from seeing immediate results. It comes from knowing that the process is designed to get you exactly where you need to be, no matter how long it takes. So when you're going through the tough moments, when you feel like you're stuck or making no headway, remember this trust that the process is happening for you. Every single thing you do and every decision you make is part of a larger plan that is slowly revealing itself. Trust that things will fall into place, even if it's not happening on your timeline. Keep going, keep believing, and above all, keep trusting the process. It's working in your favor, even when it feels like it's not. Doubt is a natural part of any journey towards success, but it's also one of the biggest hurdles you'll have to overcome. It creeps in when you least expect it and can threaten to derail everything you've worked for. The key to overcoming doubt is understanding that it's normal to feel uncertain. Everyone experiences it, even the most successful individuals. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not that one group is free from doubt, but rather that one group refuses to let doubt control their actions. When doubt creeps in, it often tries to convince you that your efforts are in vain, that you're not capable, or that success is out of your reach. It's a voice that whispers maybe you're not good enough or this is too hard for you. If you listen to those thoughts long enough, they can start to feel like the truth. But what you need to realize is that doubt is just a temporary emotion. It doesn't reflect your true capabilities or your potential. It's a mental block that can be overcome if you refuse to give it power. You have to train yourself to recognize doubt for what it is, a passing moment of insecurity that doesn't define your path. One of the most important things to remember is that doubt does not equate to failure. In fact, doubt often appears when you're pushing yourself to the next level, trying to step out of your comfort zone or doing something you've never done before. That's when the mind gets nervous. It's trying to protect you from what feels like the unknown. But progress happens outside of your comfort zone. If you allow doubt to dictate your decisions, you'll stay stuck in a place of mediocrity. Overcoming doubt means not letting fear paralyze you, but instead using it as fuel to move forward. When you encounter doubt, remember that it's not a reason to quit. It's a reason to dig deeper. It's a sign that you're on the right path, that you're challenging yourself and growing. When you're doing something new or pursuing something big, it's normal to feel a little bit out of your depth. But that's exactly where growth happens. The most successful people in the world didn't reach their goals without facing doubt. They faced it, acknowledged it, and then moved past it. They didn't let it control them. They controlled it by taking action despite the fear. To overcome doubt, you need to shift your focus. Instead of fixating on the possibility of failure, focus on what you're learning in the process. Shift your mindset from one of fear to one of curiosity. Instead of asking yourself, what if I fail? Ask, what if I succeed? What if this challenge is preparing me for something greater than I can even imagine? When you shift your mindset from fear to possibility, doubt begins to lose its power. Another important thing to remember is that success is not about eliminating doubt altogether. It's about learning how to keep moving forward even when doubt is present. You don't have to wait for the doubt to disappear before you take action. In fact, the more you move forward despite the doubt, the less power doubt will have over you. Each step you take, even if it's small, proves to yourself that you can succeed despite your doubts. Over time, those doubts will become less frequent and less intense. So when doubt rears its head, don't be afraid of it. Acknowledge it, feel it, but don't let it control you. Use it as motivation to push harder, to move forward, and to keep believing in your ability to succeed. Doubt may never completely disappear, but you'll learn to rise above it, and in doing so, you'll move closer to your goals. Patience is one of the most difficult yet essential aspects of trusting the process. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that things should happen quickly, that success should come fast, and that we should see results right away. But the truth is, real, lasting success takes time. And the time it takes is different for everyone, depending on the circumstances, the work being done, and the path you're walking. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about understanding that the journey itself is as important as the destination, and that sometimes things unfold exactly when they're meant to. When you're working towards something big, the waiting period can be one of the most challenging parts of the process. You can put in the hours, make the sacrifices, and do everything in your power, but the results still might not come as quickly as you expect. It's in these moments when patience becomes your greatest ally. Instead of becoming discouraged or frustrated, you need to remind yourself that things are happening even when you can't see them. Growth isn't always visible at first. Sometimes the most significant changes are happening behind the scenes. It's like planting a seed and waiting for it to grow. It doesn't shoot up overnight. But with time, care, and patience, it will sprout and thrive. Success works the same way. What makes patience so important in the process is that it gives you the space to learn and grow. If things happen instantly, there will be no time to develop the skills, character, and resilience needed to handle the success when it arrives. Patience teaches you perseverance and builds your ability to handle setbacks. It teaches you to trust the timing of your journey, even when it feels like things aren't moving forward. When you're patient, you're not just waiting idly, you're allowing yourself the necessary time to grow, adapt, and become ready for what's to come. When you feel like nothing is happening, or when it seems like you're putting in effort without seeing results, it's easy to become disheartened. But this is where the power of patience lies. It teaches you that just because you can't see the results doesn't mean they're not coming. Sometimes it takes longer than we expect for things to align, and that's okay. The process is still working. You might not be able to control the timeline, but you can control your actions and your attitude. Patience helps you stay grounded even in the face of uncertainty and prevents you from making impulsive decisions based on fear or frustration. Another reason why patience is essential is that it prevents you from making hasty decisions that might derail your progress. When you don't see results right away, the temptation to quit or change direction can be overwhelming. But patience helps you stay focused and keep your eye on the bigger picture. It allows you to see that the work you're putting in now, even if it doesn't yield immediate results, is laying the foundation for your success in the future. With patience, you develop the ability to wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, or the right breakthrough, instead of rushing into something prematurely. Ultimately, patience is about trusting the process and knowing that things are unfolding in their own time. It's about understanding that you don't have to see immediate results to know that your efforts are making a difference. Success isn't always instant, and it's rarely immediate, but with patience, you can weather the storms, push through the tough times, and eventually see the fruits of your labor. So trust the process, be patient, and keep doing the work. The results will come when they're meant to, and when they do, you'll realize that every moment of waiting was worth it. One of the most powerful aspects of trusting the process is the idea of personal growth. Success is never just about the outcome, it's about who you become along the way. Each step, each challenge, and each setback shapes your character, resilience, and overall capability. Personal growth is the invisible work that happens behind the scenes, and often it's the most important part of your journey. It's what prepares you to not only handle the success that's coming, but also to sustain it once it arrives. When you embark on any goal or dream, you often think about the destination, the success, the recognition, the achievement. But the truth is, the process of getting there is what truly transforms you. You can't reach your fullest potential without going through the challenges, without facing the obstacles, and without working through the times when it feels like nothing is happening. Each of those moments teaches you something vital. Each experience pushes you to evolve, to learn, and to become better than you were before. The person you are when you start the journey is not the person you'll be when you reach the end. And that growth is what makes the success truly meaningful. You see, personal growth is an ongoing process. It's not something that happens once, but rather something that unfolds over time as you learn to navigate life's challenges. Every failure you encounter teaches you resilience. Every setback forces you to reevaluate your approach and find new ways of moving forward. And every success, no matter how small, boosts your confidence and strengthens your belief in your own abilities. Success becomes not just about achieving a specific goal, but about becoming the kind of person who is capable of achieving even greater things. The process isn't just about the work you put in, it's about the work you put in on yourself. This type of growth requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing challenges and obstacles as roadblocks, you learn to see them as opportunities to grow. You begin to understand that every setback is an invitation to improve. When you make mistakes, you don't see them as failures, but as lessons that refine your approach. You start to realize that growth doesn't happen in moments of ease, but in times of difficulty. It's in the struggle that you become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the bigger opportunities ahead. One of the most valuable aspects of trusting the process is allowing yourself the space to grow without rushing the outcome. There's a temptation to focus solely on the end result, but when you do that, you miss the opportunity to learn from the journey. If you trust that the process is teaching you everything you need to know, you can embrace each step with patience and an open mind. Instead of getting frustrated when things don't go as planned, you'll start to see those moments as stepping stones to becoming a better version of yourself. As you continue on your path, personal growth will become one of your greatest assets. The skills, wisdom, and emotional resilience you develop along the way will stay with you long after you reach your goal. They'll be the foundation for your future successes, and they'll help you navigate whatever comes next. So don't be discouraged when things take longer than expected or when you encounter setbacks. Understand that you are growing through the process, and that growth is exactly what you need to get to the next level. Trust that the process is not just about achieving the outcome, it's about becoming the person you need to be to handle that success with grace and confidence. The importance of consistency and trusting the process cannot be overstated. When you're pursuing a goal or dream, consistency is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the daily commitment to show up, to keep putting in the work, even when it doesn't seem like anything is happening. Trusting the process means committing to the journey, not just the destination, and understanding that success is built on the small actions you take every single day. It's easy to feel discouraged when you put in a lot of effort but see little to no results in the short term. It's natural to question if the hard work is worth it, or whether you're making progress at all. But this is where consistency becomes so powerful. Real progress doesn't happen in one big leap. It happens gradually, piece by piece, moment by moment. Every time you show up and put in the work, you are laying the foundation for success, even if it's not immediately visible. The truth is, most of the time, we don't see the small changes happening in real time. We only notice them when we look back months or years down the road. The key is to trust that the consistent effort is building something significant, even if it's not obvious right now. Consistency is also about developing the discipline to continue working toward your goals, even when motivation fades. Motivation is powerful, but it's fleeting. Some days you'll feel energized and excited to work, and other days you'll feel exhausted, uninspired, or discouraged. Consistency is what keeps you going when motivation runs dry. It's the habit of showing up and doing the work, even on the tough days. When you can rely on consistency rather than motivation, you build resilience. You build the mindset that success doesn't depend on feeling motivated all the time. It depends on the decision to keep going, no matter what. One of the most important aspects of consistency is that it compounds over time. Just like small deposits add up in a bank account, small actions add up to significant results. This principle is true in every area of life. You might not see a major change after one workout, one productive day, or one positive decision, but over time, those small actions will accumulate and create exponential growth. This is why consistency is so critical. It's not just about showing up once or twice, but about making consistent progress, no matter how small the steps may seem. Trusting the process also requires the courage to keep going, even when you can't see the end result. There will be times when you feel like you're working hard without seeing any payoff. During those moments, consistency becomes your anchor. It reminds you that the work is not wasted and that every step forward is a step toward the outcome, even if the path seems unclear. The act of consistently showing up and doing the work, day after day, builds a sense of trust in yourself and in the process. You start to believe that if you keep going, you will eventually get where you want to be. In the end, consistency isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about understanding that progress isn't always linear. But as long as you keep moving forward, you are on the right path. Trust the process by committing to consistency, even when you don't see immediate results. Know that every action you take is leading you closer to your goal, and over time, your efforts will pay off in ways you never imagined.